Race morning of the 10K. It is 6:13 a.m. We woke up about 45 minutes ago after what can only be called really shitty sleep. It's drizzling a little bit, which could be nice. I mean, it'll keep the temperature nice and low. Otherwise, feeling all right. Did an easy pre-meet yesterday. Just kind of gonna go roll through this. I'm not feeling the best yet, so I'm hoping that warming up kind of opens me up a little bit, gets me moving. I'm hoping there's at least some competition to drag me along to a sub 34 at the very least. Ideally, like a couple of 33 mid guys or something. Because if there's anyone who's in the low 33s or like sub 33, there's like no chance I'm gonna choose to hang with them and then like try and minimize the death. So I'm hoping there's at least someone to run with, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, we'll just, I'm gonna go over and do the packet pickup. Yesterday, I completely forgot and then didn't have time to towards the end of it. So I'm gonna go do that now, then warm up around the area. So should be pretty nice. See you guys later. So the past week, I had my online classes wrap up with papers and exams, so that got a bit stressful. Didn't record anything, and on top of that, at the end of a medium long run on Wednesday, I rolled my ankle. That fucked training. So just not a good week overall. To kick off, 10K update real quick. Got through the first half mile in about 2:44, right on pace, feeling great. Was getting dropped hard by a pack of like 15 guys. Just was not happening. Had like shitty sleep, a bad warm up, which you probably saw in the clip before, which was the morning of race day. Just didn't, there's definitely some things I could have done probably to like make it a little bit better, but that said, everything that like should have gone well didn't go well. So we just made it into a marathon pace effort workout. Started cruising sixes from there on and just eased it in. Felt all right. After that evening and kind of the day after, I was actually a little bit tight. I think that might have been residual from the 2 mile or just my body suddenly decided that it started hating me. After, years of basically doing races every weekend, like you adapt to that. So suddenly getting back into that actually hurts a lot more than it normally does, especially with the 10K. So we took Monday off. I did an ice bath then. I'll clip that in. And then after that, the rest of the week, Tuesday was just like an easy double with a lot of cross training too. It was like 5 and 5 and then like an hour on the bike and 30 minutes in the pool. So like really going hard. Wednesday was a medium long run. It was 13, feeling pretty good. So there was that. Then after that, we kind of got, rolled my ankle at the end of that run, like in the last couple miles. After that, Thursday and Friday, we took off, did about an hour of bike and an hour of pool on both days. So got some cross training in. Saturday morning, tested out the ankle to see how it was. It definitely did feel better. My dad was biking with me. That's where the running clips are going to come in. Opened up a little bit on the back end. Ankle didn't annoy me too much. Sunday morning, it did start annoying me again, which wasn't the greatest. Plus, all my shit was due that night. So I was just like, you know what, we're going to take today easy too. Just did it as a complete off day. Did like a whole recovery routine. Did an ice bath in the morning. Did a hot bath in the night. So just like did everything I could. Right now it's feeling completely fine. Today's Monday, the 19th. So anything you'll see after this is going to be for like whatever Monday's footage is going to be. So now that classes are over and all that stuff's done, videos will be back. Ankle is feeling better, so that's good. Got 5 concentrated weeks of training now till Bellingham Bay. Kind of pissed that last week went out the window because it was supposed to be like really high quality stuff that would like really kind of shape up towards how it was going to be. Sadly, didn't get to happen, so we're just going to have to keep the grind consistent and hope that it all works out. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll clip in all the other kind of little things that I got earlier on in the week before it all went to hell. And yeah, hopefully this week's footage will all be really great. See you guys. Just made myself 2 black bean burgers. Got some hummus in them on some 9-grain bread. And got a nice little vegetable mix on the side over here, Indian style. Pretty good. Gotta get that post-workout nutrition in. Let's go. Some good old ice bath footage of the reflection. Don't worry, I'm wearing underwear. Howdy. We're approaching numbing out, so it's a lot better now. So just wanted to look at my form a little bit from the back, from the booty. So this was just on the Saturday run, which went pretty well. I was trying to loosen up the ankle. You can see on my feet, I have those stability shoes, the New Balance Fuel Core Rush, I think, just to keep a little bit more ankle stability while I was running. One thing that I've noticed that I kind of want to improve on is that I'm actually a pretty aggressive forefoot runner. If you look down, for the most part, you can actually see like the back half of my heel, pretty much up in the air. You can see the white part pretty much the entire time through my stride pattern. So that's something that I kind of want to fix. Running that aggressive, I don't think is as necessary. That said, I have been running in some 0mm heel-to-toe drop shoes for a while, so suddenly running in a shoe that has much more aggressive heel-to-toe drop could have made the difference. Just something to look out for. Getting a little bit farther over here, but I kind of also want to try and get the two legs balanced out. I noticed that my left leg kind of cuts off the rhythm of my running a little bit quicker than my right leg, just meaning that it cycles through a bit faster. But I think that might be a little bit more for some of the upper body problems that I kind of noticed, and I'll mention them later. So this is probably like the worst angle. There'll be a little bit of a better clip later on. But just kind of from the side, one thing that I noticed is that sometimes my shoulders kind of hunch up a little bit and they're not as relaxed as they could be. So that's something that I do want to improve on. Another thing is that I do have a little bit too much lateral motion, I think, in my upper body. And I'm moving side to side a lot more than I should be. That said, I think like the 90-degree angle maintenance is pretty solid. And I think like overall I look fairly relaxed, so that's pretty good. I just think that, yeah, you can see it right there a little bit, that there's a little bit more side-to-side motion than is really necessary. So that's just one thing that I want to work on. I also think that like the range of motion that my hand takes on its arm swing could be a little bit more. On the back swing, I don't always come like the hip to pocket, and obviously there's a range of comfort that you want to have, but I do think that there's some work that I could do there that maybe I could kind of improve and get a little bit more power out of each stride. On today's run, actually, today's the Monday run, which you'll see for the next video, I focused a little bit more on like working on keeping my arms a little bit more rigid, in line, avoiding that lateral motion, and kind of getting that full range of motion. And I ended up picking it up quite a bit and had to hold back a lot to make sure that I wasn't overdoing it on what was supposed to be a recovery day. So yeah, just a couple things that I wanted to like acknowledge and work on moving forward. Just another quick thing you'll see in this clip, the midline issue isn't as big, but I do have a little bit of an imbalance in terms of how big and how wide out my arms are swinging. You'll notice that my right arm on the left side of the clip is swinging out a little bit wider, and it's a little bit lower than my right arm is, or than my left arm is. So that's just something that I think is a little imbalanced that I could probably work on a little bit. All that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be dabbing out here in a second.